Hello, Penguin 2. I'm sorry that Elton just got the video ready a bit late, but if you had time on Sunday night or Sunday afternoon, let's spend some time reviewing chapter 5 and chapter 6 together. Okay, so I page 65. So, we talk about life in ancient Egypt, right? So, let's mark all the verbs in past tense. So, ancient Egyptians, where did they live? Ancient Egyptians lived in houses, right? What did they paint? They painted the floors or and the walls of their houses. And where did they prepare food? Ancient Egyptians prepared food in ovens or over open fires. And what kind of dishes did most people use? Most people used brown dishes. Rich people used dishes with paint, right? And where did they hunt? They hunted crocodiles in the Nile River, and they also fished in the Nile River, right? Um, they tried to catch the fish in Nile River. Who used makeup? Important people, important not just women, important men, important women, important children. They all used makeup. What did ancient Egyptians believe? They believed that the makeup was magical. That's why. Why did important people use makeup? Because they believed that the makeup was magical, right? And ancient Egyptians believed in many different gods and goddesses. For example, Ra was the god of the sun, Nut was the goddess of the sky, right? And you may ask, how do we know about life in ancient Egypt? Because ancient Egyptians painted pictures of their daily lives on the walls of the tombs, and this is called hieroglyphics, right? Okay, so um, can we just change the sentences from a affirmative to passive? Sorry, to negative. For example, ancient Egyptians lived in houses. I make it here. They, right? They lived in houses. How about change it to negative? They didn't live. Didn't after do just did. We say goodbye to ed, right? They didn't live in houses, right? Okay. How about they painted the walls of their houses? They painted the walls. How about negative? They didn't paint or didn't paint it. They didn't paint the walls, right? You need to learn to change negative to affirmative, or change affirmative to negative in the test. So they, how about they didn't hunt the ducks? How do you change to yes? sentence. They didn't hunt the duck, so they, for example, they didn't hunt the ducks yesterday. They didn't hunt the duck yesterday. But they actually hunted the duck last week. Okay, we need to learn to change. Okay, so they fished in the Nile River. They didn't fish in the Amazon River. They actually fished in the Nile River, right? Nile River. Okay, so what did they believe? They didn't believe in Jesus. They believed in many gods and goddesses, right? So in the test, I'm going to use still yellow. So in the test, you need to learn to change lived to didn't live, or didn't hunt to hunted. Okay, you need to learn to change the sentences to opposite meaning. They painted painted, didn't paint, or didn't fish to fished. Okay, they didn't believe, they believed. Okay, so opposite meaning, change it to opposite meaning. Okay, so how about one more sentence? Mm, um, what kind of makeup? Who used makeup? Who used makeup? Okay, so um, important people used makeup. So which means uh, some people didn't use makeup, right? But in the test, all you need to do is, for example, Elton eat ate some fruit. All you have to do is to change it to Elton, sorry, didn't eat the fruit. Okay, you don't need to change the subject. Just change them to opposite meaning. He ate it. He didn't eat it. Okay, so this is what you need to learn to change. Okay, didn't hunt. Change it to hunted. Fished. Change it to didn't fish. Okay, so how about let's check out the reader later. Okay, reader. The reader's story, all right, to chapter 5. Reader, reader, reader. So, okay, the reader's story. Journey into the past, right? Martin and Tilly were excited. Why? Because there was a new pyramid playground in the park. Wow, look at that. Let's go. But we have to do our homework. We can play ancient Egyptians to help us with our Egypt project. Okay, okay, but not for too long, right? So when they went into the pyramid was painted with hieroglyphics. Martin and Tilly climbed inside the pyramid, and inside there was a boy painting a picture on the wall. His name is Amun, right? Hello, I'm Amun. Hi, I'm Tilly, and this is Martin. What are you doing? Oh, Amun is painting the pyramid. His pictures show then how the Egyptians lived. And let's find out more about ancient Egypt. So, for ancient Egyptians, what their life was like, let's check out. So, Martin and Tilly looked at the pictures on the wall. The pictures looked very real. Ancient Egyptians lived next to the Nile River. They fished and hunted for ducks and crocodiles, right? So, wow, look at this. The long grass. Hi, the long grass is called papyrus. The papyrus grew next to the river. The ancient Egyptians just used the papyrus to make paper and to make shoes. And they even built boats with papyrus. Look, here's one papyrus boat, right? Let's jump in. But watch out, be careful for there are crocodiles. And Martin and Tilly climbed into the boat with Amun. The boat floated down the river. Up ahead, there was a big building. What is that? That's a temple. The Egyptians believed in a lot of gods and goddesses. Um, they built temples and painted them, and they painted pictures and wrote stories about the gods on the wall, right? How about we have built and write, right? So, like the pictures you painted? That's right. I'm learning to be a scribe. What is a scribe? A scribe wrote stories. They kept the records. This is why we can learn about ancient Egyptians' lives. That's how we knew about ancient Egypt. So Amun gave Telly a roll of papyrus, the paper, and the boat stopped beside the pyramid. Oh, I want to write down this story so I can remember it. There was a noise in the long grass. Whirr, look out, the crocodile, run! And as you can see, the crocodile just bit off a little piece of papyrus paper from there, right? And Martin and Tilly ran into the pyramid. Suddenly, they were back to the playground. Wow, that was cool. That crocodile almost got me. It's lucky that Amun escaped in the boat. Oh, let's go home and finish our project. And the next day, Martin and Tully wrote about their adventure and built a small pyramid. They were both very excited to show their project. So, Martin and Tully, what do you know about ancient Egypt? What do they know? Ancient Egyptians built pyramids and temples. They were very good at drawing. They used pictures for their alphabet as hieroglyphics, right? Great job! But what happened to the papyrus? Wow, you won't believe if we tell you about our story, right? Okay, so this is a very interesting story. So, can we also check out the activity book? Activity book. Okay, so activity book. Uh, in the class, we talk about this part already. Ancient Egyptians lived in houses, right? People hunted crocodiles. People fished in the water, right? And just show you the answers later. Uh, People believed that animals were the symbol of gods, like cats, right? For example, Bastet was the cat goddess, and they used pictures called hieroglyphics. They painted the pictures on the tomb of the walls of the tombs, right? So, and this is how we know about ancient Egypt. Amun lived beside the Nile River. Every day, what does he do? Every day, he climbed into his boat. He hunted. We change, right? Uh, every day, sorry. He climbed plus ed. He hunted ducks plus ed. He fished plus ed in the river. One day he stopped. How does to spell stopped? Stopped. Double P, right? Stopped. Double P. And he stopped at the boat. His boat next to the pyramid. There was a noise in the long grass. A big crocodile looked plus ed at them. He escaped just plus d in his boat, right? So the regular part must be quite easy and simple. But remember, there are also irregular parts, right? Irregular verbs. They write on papyrus. So they write past tense, write. Uh, let's rewrite the whole story, the whole song right here. Okay, here. Uh, Sorry, here. Let's change all the verbs, all the sentences to past tense and change it to negative. Okay, so this is how it works. They write past tense. I'm sorry. They write past tense. Wrote on papyrus. Mhm. How about negative? They didn't write on papyrus. They grew plants next to the Nile. They grew plants. They grew plants. How about negative? They didn't grow plants. They didn't grow plants, right? Didn't grow plants. Plants, sorry, plants. Sorry. Okay, the farmers keep, they keep past tense. They kept. What kind of animals did they keep? They kept goats and sheep, right? Change it to negative. They didn't keep goats and sheep. Okay. Watch out for crocodiles. What did they drink? They drank milk and juice. Change it to negative. They didn't drink milk and juice, right? What did they speak English? They didn't speak English. Oh, they didn't speak English. Then how do we change it to affirmative? They didn't speak opposite. They spoke English, right? Opposite. Uh, what did they build? What did they build? Did the question past tense, right? They past tense built pyramids, right? Pyramids. How about change it to negative? They didn't build pyramids. Painted hieroglyphics. They painted hieroglyphics. Hieroglyphics. About change it to negative. They didn't paint hieroglyphics. Right? Okay, so the pictures tell us a lot of things. The pictures told a lot about negative. The pictures didn't tell anything, right? Remember, we need to learn to change. They wrote, they didn't write. They grew, they didn't grow. How about they didn't keep, change it to they kept. They didn't drink, change it to they drink. They didn't speak, change it to they spoke. Opposite meaning. They built, change it to they didn't build. They didn't paint, change it to they painted. Uh, told, change it to didn't tell. Okay, opposite. Oh, and teacher Ruth also helped uh, review this story a lot, right? So, where did Miguel's grandfather, I'm sorry, live? Okay, where did he live? He lived in Mexico, right? Yes. What did he do for a living? He was a farmer, right? What kind of things did he grow? He grew vegetables. What animals did he keep? He kept chicken, right? Where did he sell his food? He sold his food in the market. About I'll write down the sentences right here. Hmm, sentence. I'll write it like this. Okay. Is where did Miguel's grandpa live? Where did he live? He lived in Mexico. Okay. Mexico. Mexico. Uh, what did he do for a living? He was a farmer. Mhm. What did he grow? He grew vegetables. And what kind of animals did he keep? Keep. he kept chicken, right? Where did he sell his food? He sold his food in the market. Sorry, market. How old was Miguel in the picture? He was 6 when he went to Mexico, right? When he went to Mexico, when he went there. How long did the bus trip take? Sorry, the trip took how long? 3 hours. Where did he live? He lived in a beautiful house, right? Who built the house? He, Miguel's grandfather, he built the house by himself, right? He was also a musician. Did he write songs? He didn't write songs. Okay. But did he sing? He played the guitar, but could he sing? He sang many songs, right? Many songs. What kind of language did he speak? He didn't speak English, but he spoke. What language did he speak? He spoke Spanish, right? Spanish. He spoke Spanish, right? And did he write songs? He didn't write songs. He sang. Okay, he could sing. Okay, right. So this is Miguel's grandfather. Okay. About in 1922, the English archaeologist Howard Carter went to Egypt and he discovered a small tomb in the pyramid. It was the pharaoh called Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun was a pharaoh when he was 9, and he died when he was 18. So he was a pharaoh for 9 or 10 years, right? Uh, he was the pharaoh 3,000 years ago, and in the tomb, in Tutankhamun's tomb, Tutankhamun's mummy was in the tomb, uh, and also um, pharaohs in ancient Egypt actually built the tombs before they died, right? They put important things like gold and gold objects into the tombs to keep for their afterlife, for their future life. There was a lot of treasure in Tutankhamun's tomb. And there was a painting on the wall. There were paintings on the walls in the tomb. This is why we learn about ancient Egyptians' life, right? The paintings were pictures of the Tutankhamun's life in his world and um, what they imagine about their afterlives. This is how we know more about life in ancient Egypt because Howard Carter discovered Tutankhamun's tomb. And when we grow older in South Central, uh, 5, Story Center 6. Now, actually, in Story Center 4, we learn more about hieroglyphics. In Story Center 6, we learn more about uh, Howard Carter, Tutankhamun, and this is a very fascinating story. Okay, good. So this is the content for chapter 5, and later let's move on with the chapter 6. Chapter 6. How about let's just make one video without taking a break, making it two, um, because the test is right on Monday, right? So, Table Mountain, Kilimanjaro. Which one is taller? Table Mountain is a beautiful mountain near the ocean in Cape Town, South Africa, which is 1,086 meters tall. Table Mountain is taller than Burj Khalifa in Dubai, right? And right here, I think you need to learn to write the opposite meanings of comparative sentences. Sorry, I'll use. Okay, the blue box is fine, I guess. So Table Mountain is taller than the Burj Khalifa, right? Burj Khalifa, Khalifa, right? In Dubai, which means the Burj Khalifa is shorter than which country? Which mountain? Table Mountain, right? Warm, sunny for Table Mountain. If you want to walk to the top of the Table Mountain, it takes around 6 hours to walk to the top, right? And you can see an island in the ocean. But Kilimanjaro is big and tall, right? It's a big mountain in Tanzania. It's an old volcano. It's a volcano which is 5,895 meters tall. So, Table Mountain and Kilimanjaro, which one is taller? Kilimanjaro is taller than Table Mountain, right? Table Mountain, which means write it like this, which means Table Mountain is what? Table Mountain is shorter shorter than what? Kilimanjaro, right? Okay, so Kilimanjaro is cold and snowy, right? So which means uh, Table Mountain, Table Mountain is sunnier than Kilimanjaro. Can I just write K instead of Kilimanjaro? Which means Kilimanjaro is what? Snowier than Table Mountain. Can I just write TM for Table Mountain? And cold and hot, warm. So Table Mountain is warmer than Kilimanjaro, which means Kilimanjaro is colder, right? Colder than Table Mountain. Table Mountain. Sunnier. How about the walk? It is a longer walk to the top of Kilimanjaro than to the top of Table Mountain, right? Which means it is a shorter walk to the top of Kilimanjaro. Sorry, to the top of Table Mountain, then to the top of Kilimanjaro, right? Okay. Right. So, this is what you need to learn to write and transform. You need to learn to change. So, Table Mountain is taller than Burj Khalifa. Burj Khalifa is shorter than Table Mountain, right? Kilimanjaro is taller than Table Mountain. Table Mountain is shorter than Kilimanjaro. Uh, Table Mountain is sunnier than Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro is snowier than Table Mountain. Warmer, colder, colder, warmer, longer, shorter, shorter, longer. Change it to opposite. Okay, change it to opposite. Okay, so a very weird story, but let's check out the Goanna and the moon. Okay, Goanna and the moon. Personally, I don't really like the story. I just feel so weird to leave ants as a food for your baby. You put your baby over there and you then prepare food for them. It's so cruel, right? So Bindi and her grandpa are next to the lake. I like looking at the stars. They're very bright. So they're bright. And the moon is even brighter. Say the moon is brighter than the stars, right? How did the moon get there, Grandpa? So Grandpa wrapped a blanket around Bendy to keep her warm. Are you warm now? Yes. But do you need anything else? Well, Grandpa, much warmer. Then I will tell you a story about um the story from the dreamland, the dream time. Once upon a time, there was a lizard called goanna. So what is goanna? Goanna was a lizard, right? Every day, goanna's belly was getting bigger and bigger because soon she would lay her egg, right? She needed to find a warm place for the egg because um, it was really chilly. It was really freezing at night, like now. But Gona saw a volcano. Maybe she could just lay her egg inside a volcano. But it would be too hot in the volcano, says Bendy. That's right. As she climbed, it got hotter, hotter, then hotter. And then, it's too hot, thought Goanna. I can't lay my egg here. Okay, I can't have my baby here. And then, Goanna just got to the ocean. The ocean was very wet. I can't lay my egg here, thought Goanna. It will get damp. It will get wet, right? That night, Goanna set off across the desert. The desert is freezing, super cold at night, but she was looking at a place that was warm. It's colder here, Togana, but my egg will freeze. Up ahead, Goanna saw a mountain. It's far away, she thought, but as she got closer, the mountain looked smaller. It was not a mountain at all, it was actually an ant hill. A lot of bright little ants were crawling over the hill. It was warmer here on the ant hill. I think I can see the ants now, Grandpa. Uh, Maybe you can, says Grandpa. Even Grandpa knew about the story that the stars were actually the ants, right? Or the ants are actually the stars. This place is perfect, thought Goanna. She thought and then she just dug a deep hole. And she dug a deep nest in the ant hill. Very warm inside, she dug deeper and deeper, and in the deepest part of the nest, she laid a beautiful egg around the white egg, right? So, and now, uh, the egg is fine because when the egg hatches out, my baby will have a lot of food to eat. Okay, a lot of ants to eat. The bright little ants crawled over the egg. Uh, Joanna just laid the egg, and Bendy tells Grandpa that I think I know what the egg is. Okay, so the moon, the stars, and Joanna, right? So about the weather, can we say warm and bright, right? Right, say chilly. Chilly means very cold, right? Chilly at night. And freezing, also freezing means very, very cold. Icy cold, right? And when there's a lot of rain and say stormy, and if there's a snow, it could be icy, right? But when the weather is ready to get warmer, it could be foggy, and also very damp, right? So on page 84, is Chain good at geography? I don't think Chain is good at geography, right? But what is the largest continent in the world? The Asia is the largest continent in the world, right? How about where is the coldest place in the world? Antarctica is the coldest place in the world. And what's the biggest city in the world? Mexico is the biggest city? No, actually Tokyo. Tokyo is the biggest city in the world. And the windiest place in the world is actually in Australia, New Zealand, somewhere around there. And if you don't know the answer of the question, you can try the internet, right? So here shows New Zealand and Australia is the biggest, the windiest place in the world, right? How about the Amazon River is the longest river in the world. How about the smallest ocean? The biggest ocean is the Pacific Ocean. The smallest ocean is the Arctic Ocean, right? Can we just check out the answer from here? The smallest. How about which mountain is the tallest in the world? Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world, right? How about the biggest lake in the world? is Lake Victoria is one of the biggest lakes in the world, but in the uh, what book we also learn Lake Superior can sometimes be the biggest lake in the world. Why do we say one of? Because the lakes, their size could sometimes get bigger or smaller, or depends on how much rain, how much water it has, right? So Antarctica is the coldest place. Asia is the largest continent. Uh, when we put EST, it means the most, right? So where is the hottest place in the world? The hottest place could be the Death Valley in the United States, right? Uh, it's even hotter than the Sahara Desert because in July 1913, the temperature in Death Valley was like 57 Celsius degree Celsius. Sorry, it made the Death Valley the hottest air, the highest air temperature in history, right? And also, the coldest place in the world, of course, is in Antarctica. Antarctica is it's a continent, but very few people live in Antarctica because it's so cold, right? The days are very different from any other places in the world because for the first 6 months of the year, there's only sunlight, no nighttime at all. And then for the second 6 months of the year, there's only darkness, no sunlight at all. So in July 1983, the temperature was minus 89.2 degrees Celsius. It made uh, Antarctica the coldest air temperature in history. Okay, so um, let's quickly check out. So let's compare the Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean. Okay, so let's have a quick comparison. Okay, after we compare this, we can let you take a break. Okay, we finish the review. So the the Pacific Ocean is bigger than the Atlantic Ocean, right? Atlantic Ocean. So which means the Atlantic Ocean is the Atlantic Ocean is smaller, right? Smaller than the Pacific, right? The Pacific Ocean. How about Australia and Greenland? Which one is bigger? Australia is bigger than Greenland, which means Greenland, the island, is smaller than Australia. How about the two rivers, Mississippi River and the Amazon River? The Amazon River is longer than the Mississippi River. The Mississippi, okay, which means the Mississippi River is shorter than the Amazon, right? The Amazon Sorry, Amazon. Okay. And how about the Arctic in June and the Antarctica in June? Which one is colder? Sorry, which one is sunnier? The Arctic in June is sunnier than Antarctica in June, which means the sorry, Antarctica in June is actually darker than the Arctic in June. Okay, good. So this is what you need to learn to change. Opposite meaning. Bigger, smaller, bigger, smaller, smaller, bigger, longer, shorter, shorter, longer. When you change, don't forget to change. For example, the Amazon, the Mississippi. The Amazon's longer than Mississippi, then the Mississippi is shorter than Amazon, right? Um, Adam is taller than Elton, which means Elton is shorter than Adam, right? Uh, Johnny is more handsome than Elton, which means that Elton is uglier than Johnny, right? And uh, Elton is fatter than Ethan, which means that Ethan is thinner than Elton. Okay, so do the opposite meaning, change the sentences. All right, just try to review as much as you can, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow at Camp School. Thank you. Bye bye.